Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the Thinking Cap. I'm your host, Jack Tipperley. So glad to be here this afternoon for me, anyways. It's been a little while. It's been about 2 weeks. I really am trying to do this about every 1 or 2 weeks. Every Thursdays when the podcast will premiere on YouTube. Rumble will be it'll be up on Rumble the following day. And we've got an interesting episode for you today. Today we're going to be talking about time management, some hacks that you can make the most of your day while working from home. Because I myself am working from home and I've been able to optimize my time a lot lately, especially since I have more energy now. Long story short, you can see I've got, if you're watching me online anyways, you can see I've got my feeding tube out that has been helping me thus far, but is a big win for me moving forward. And so I'm very, very excited about that. Before we get started, let's talk about our product of the week first. I would highly recommend if you want to manage your time a lot better, then finding some way to manage your time is a must. Whether you do it electronically or whether you do it by book, up to you. Whatever works for you for managing your time. But if you're doing it by book, there's one particular planner that I highly recommend. This is called the Law of Attraction Planner. This is actually the first one that I bought several years ago in my college days. And it really helped me I actually color coded my time. It gives you Sunday through Saturday, month by month, week by week. You can go through even day by day and outline your time between 9 and 10. What am I doing? Between 1 and 5. What am I doing? I actually used color coded pens in order to manage my time, and especially because I was on the move a lot. I wasn't working from home at the time. I was in college, and so and I was heavily involved in my college days, and so being able to manage my time was so important. So I'm gonna put a link in the description on all platforms for the Law of Attraction Planner. Highly recommend it. Go check it out. It's on Amazon. So, in other news, if you want to, I'm going to share my screen here, and you will see the newly modified e-commerce site on my website, jacktempley.com. We sell funny apparel, funny but also related to who I am, what my story is, if you're interested in learning a little bit more about me or what some of my background is. We've got a whole bunch of different shirts for you. My personal favorite is probably going to be the preferential parking. Just funny. If you are disabled or if at least you have a handicap placard, I like to think of it as preferential parking rather than disabled parking. It's just a different way of looking at it. And that's what I'm all about, looking at things differently from the mainstream. And so that's highly recommended if you know anybody who uses a handicap placard for parking. Very cool, very recommended. If you scroll down here, you'll see you can order your thinking cap hat, premium hat, or we've also got mugs now available so that you can think while you're on the go with the hat, or you can think during your morning coffee, morning breakfast, or you can do both, even better. And so check those out while you can. Again, that's jacktipperley.com/shop. Will take you right to that website. All right, so let's go back to the time management while working from home. Many people nowadays, whether you're a student or whether you're in the workforce or whether you're an entrepreneur like myself, you're working from home, you're staying home most of the time. And it can be easy to get distracted. It can be easy to lose track of your time. It can be easy to waste time, although I don't quite believe in wasting time. It's because, in my mind, time is never completely wasted because we have time. It's just a matter of what we do with it. And so it's, to me, it's become a matter of what do you want to do with your time and how can you make the most out of your time if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking to be more productive, if you're looking to get more done throughout the day, here are some of my thoughts, some of my routines that I have implemented into my schedule to make the most of each day. And so my first tip is letting go of distractions or entertainment. Now, when I say distractions, I mean things that are merely to, if you really think about it, that are merely to escape the world around you. And what's a common way of escapism? Through technology and the common ways of utilizing that technology. We've talked about it before with social media. Social media is one. If you're on, it's okay if you're on social media here or then. I do it as as a daily practice, but I'm aware of when I am sitting on my phone scrolling for sometimes hours at a time through reels and just watching stuff, sitting still, just mindlessly scrolling. It's not a it's not very productive. It's, you can be doing so many other different things that can advance your self, advance your life, advance your time management, other than scrolling for an extended period of time through social media. So that's number one. It's okay to scroll for, give yourself a time limit, give yourself 20 minutes, half an hour a day. Fine. I have no problem with that. But for an extended period of time, just try to watch yourself. Watch your time while you're on the social media. Other popular ways of distracting ourselves could be through TV shows, movies. And again, there's nothing wrong with watching TV shows or movies here and there. Watch an episode, but watch one episode rather than 5 episodes in a row. Watch 2 episodes rather than 10. Being able to minimize your extended period of time watching content, watching shows or movies, unless you're unless time is your oyster, and let's say, I know I was, when I was recovering from my hospitalization, I was watching a lot of TV, watching a lot of games, playing a lot of video games, which was the other distraction I wanted to mention. It's okay to do that if you can't really do much physically, or if you shouldn't. If you're just trying to rest from, say, recovering from something, I get it. I'm with you. But if you have the energy, you have the motivation, and you are physically able to, physically well enough to be productive and to do things, and you want to do things, then letting go of those distractions can be integral to taking back some of your time and being able to accomplish a lot more during your days. Well, the other thing I'll mention is music. Playing music, at least for me, helps to motivate me. And so, I know it motivates a lot of people. As a matter of fact, there have been studies that show that playing music helps to increase productivity. So that's why sometimes I'll listen to it while making meals, or I'll listen to it while doing chores around the house, and it works. It helps motivate me. However, there's an alternative. If you wanted to learn something while accomplishing those same tasks, listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks. Let's watch YouTube videos and have them playing in the background. But educational YouTube videos or video podcasts, etc., you will actually be able to learn something while accomplishing whatever you're trying to accomplish around the house. And rather than listening to music that might motivate you, keep you going, but are you learning anything there? And you don't have to. It's just an alternative. So consider music, but also consider the possibility of playing podcasts, audio or video, or listening to audiobooks. And that can be done in the car as well, or while you're sitting in the bathroom. It's the little things. It's being able to take advantage of your downtime. So again, whether that's the bathroom in the car, while you're cooking, it could even be while you're eating. What are you looking at while you're eating? Or what are you thinking about? What are you watching? What can be, what is the most effective way for you to motivate you, to teach you, and to get you thinking more about a number of subjects in the world? Something that you're interested in, something that you feel you should learn, something you always wanted to learn. The internet is an incredible place now where you can research and listen to and watch a video about virtually anything. Take advantage of it. It can be highly beneficial. I know it's benefiting me. I listen to a lot of podcasts myself. So another tip I've got for you is, again, if you are trying to manage your time, finding some method of prioritization and making to-do lists, managing your time is integral, whether that's with the planner, physical planner, whether that's with the to-do list. I personally have a bunch of lists going on my reminders app. That helps me manage and manage my prioritizations. That's a better way of putting it. And as long as you can find something digital or physical that can help you to write out everything that you want to do, everything that's on your mind, and then prioritize that list, because there's always going to be something. It's always going to be something. So my my rule of thumb, anyways, is if you can at least accomplish three things on your to-do list in variety of categories, three things per day, you've had a pretty good day. So that's my challenge to you is, if you can write your to-do list and prioritize that list, accomplish try to accomplish three focus on three things off that to-do list per day, off the top of your to-do list. It can be very helpful for you. The next tip I've got for you is to be aware of multitasking. Some people, including myself, I used to think of multitasking, and I still think of it in some ways, as it can allow you to accomplish a lot more in a shorter period of time, which can be the case. But just be mindful, just be aware of the idea that multitasking can also spread you too thin. And I know this because I have also spread myself too thin, especially lately, and needed to reprioritize things. And so, if you aren't able to focus on one, two, three different things, if you have more than that on your plate, you're not going to be able to put as much effort into each of those things as you would if you were to focus on just a handful. of things. And at the end of the day, I challenge you to always go back to your why. I always have to go back to my why because, especially while working at home, you're looking at walls most of the day. But I'm I'm here thinking about my family, thinking about my future, thinking about where I am in life, and so I'm incredibly motivated in that way. But what keeps me going is that why every day when I wake up in the morning, I say, all right, what can I do today that can benefit me in the present and help me to get to where I'm going in the future? And there are there are good days and bad days. There are days when I don't feel like doing anything, and that's fine in hindsight. But if you wake up the majority of days and say to yourself, what can I do today to benefit my family, to benefit myself, and to help get me to where I'm going, then you can end up accomplishing a lot more because you're driven. Because if your why is strong enough, you will be compelled to to do virtually anything to to get to that why and to help improve that, if that makes any sense. Yeah, and for me, it's the people in my life. I want to be able to be a good role model for people, and I want to be out there helping people, living each day like it's my last. Planning my mantra for a while now has been to plan as if you'll live forever and live as if you'll die tomorrow. And I really take that into heart every day, even if I don't end up accomplishing very much in a day or two. That's always in at least in the back of my mind, and that that's my why. And so I hold on to that. That drives me. That gets me out of bed every morning. And again, if your why is that powerful, then you will go places. You will be compelled to go places. You will be driven. You will be compelled to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. So those are some of my tips for time management throughout the day. But I really want to hear from you. If you can put it in the comments, if you can let me know, should be a message. Go over to the Thinking Cap social on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram at the Thinking Cap Podcast. Let me know what you think of some of these tips. What are some of the tips that you use in order to manage your time? How could you manage your time better? What's holding you back from getting more out of your day? Let's talk about it. Let's think about it together so that we can all benefit from these teachings and these mantras and these goals to get all of us to the place that we want to be in life. That's what I'm all about, anyways. So that's going to do it for this episode. I know we've got a shorter episode today. Suppose that's all right. There will be longer episodes and there will be shorter episodes from time to time. But that's all we've got for you today. Again, if you go to jacktipley.com/shop, you can go ahead and please get your thinking caps. Get your thinking caps, get your thinking cap mugs so that you can think while you're on the go and think while you're having your morning coffee. Very important to think. If you want to be a guest on the Thinking Cap, please go to the Thinking Cap Facebook page. You can go over to services, and I've got a service there on Facebook to allow you to book your guest appearance. We film or record rather on Wednesdays, and we'll upload them on Thursdays, at least for now. And so if you're available Wednesdays, then please go, and you have a topic that you want to talk about or that you're thinking about, go on to that Facebook page and book your guest appearance. Looking forward to talking with you. Also, if you wanted to connect with me on social media or otherwise, you can go to those same platforms: YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at Jack Timperley Plus. You will also find clips of the Thinking Cap on my personal YouTube page. So go check that out. If you want to talk with me about anything personal, if you're seeking any kind of advice, um, I'm doing some personal life coaching on an app called Manect. You can connect with me one on one. You can send a text message. We can jump on a video call. We can I can give you a video response to something you are dealing with, or something you have a question about in life in general, or if you're struggling with something, if you're trying to improve your time management, go on Minect. That's Minnect. Uh, Definitely on your phones, the tablets. Not sure, you should be able to go on the desktop version as well for that. But I'm gonna have to double check on that. At least download the app Minect, and you can connect with me there. Also, if you are willing and able, please go leave a review on your favorite podcasting platform. Again, whether that's YouTube, Facebook, actually not really Facebook, but YouTube, Rumble, on Spotify, Overcast, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts is eventually turning into YouTube Music, which should be launching somewhat soon. They still haven't launched it, as far as I know, but I know that's in progress. Anyways, if you leave a review on the podcasting platform, and like the video, by the way, especially if you're on YouTube, Rumble, that's going to tell the algorithms to continue to push out this content, continue to push out the thinking cap to more people so that we can get people thinking more in our life, in our society. So that's all for today's episode. Do all those things, get your thinking caps, stay alert, stay alive. We'll see you in the next episode.